Large Blast podcast listeners, you join us now as we decide upon a random topic, not generator as you might normally think to expect in the show, but a completely different random topic generator where we're each going to generate ourselves a random model, and then we're going to pick some keywords and we're going to partake on a challenge, if you like, over the next month or so to try to make a conversion using the model that we've picked random from the list. Well, Sheep, let's pick the first model.
Gribus Rex, the Alley Man for the Plague Marines. That's a cool model, Matt. Okay, so in my hand, I have got a list of words, thematically themed words. We're going to pick two of these, right? Theme number one is circus.
Oh,
cool.
Circus theme.
Circus theme. Okay. Theme number two is neon.
Neon circus.
Neon
Nice.
circus.
Quite happy with my random selection. I think we'll be able to do some good things with those conversions. Probably reconvene when we've got some. Yeah, pretty excited. Can't wait to do a conversion on
Scribus Rex, the Talon. Make me a circus to entertain my nerves. Make it bright with neon warp. Fix the location. Prepare to beam me into the material universe. Bask in the gifts of Nurgle, weakling. Follow this task, and we will let you go free. Fail, and we will consume your flesh.
Papa Nurgle, no!
Throne. What am I going to do now? Well, I suppose I'd best impress Papa Nurgle.
I have looked up what this guy does, because I wasn't really aware of what he did before. So he actually does count, so he keeps a tally. And from what I could find online, he essentially counts everything. He records everything. Bolt shots fired, comrades killed, enemy units killed, grenades used. Definitely going to lose the books. Normally I cut them off and put some rubble or something, but maybe there's something more interesting we can do. Another thought I'd had was, because it is Death Guard, you could do some nice rust effects. I think I might try, don't know to what degree, but I might try and do some like rusty stripes, almost as if he is the circus. Change the head for something, not sure what yet. Change that because I don't really like the way that looks. I think I could somehow, using the Space Marine arms I've got, I could maybe lose the book, make him kind of his arms open, and maybe he's juggling skulls. Maybe the Nurgling has got the notepad. Maybe the Nurgling is counting the skulls that he's kind of throwing up in the air while he's juggling the balls to count them. Or maybe the Nurgling's got that. That could be quite cool in a neon, almost like a neon sign. Maybe that's on his backpack. There's always that element of fun, stupidity. So I've got to kind of retain that in the model. I think Krusty Juggler is quite fun.
My maggots open the box better than that.
First things first, time to get rid of the books. So I think I might keep the shoulder pad assembly together and take out that arm. So I have a low arm here catching a ball, maybe a high arm here throwing the ball, so I need to adjust that shoulder pad position. Like that. There's an open Space Marine hand. I need to cut that shoulder pad off. I think maybe I can just do an easier job. Well, maybe I'll attempt to cut this off now. So I've already cut down here on the inside, so it's free here. I need to keep the arm. Okay, I think I'll stick that on a nurgling. So I'm going to cut this section out here. Try and be as neat as possible. So to help me, I think I'm going to put maybe a couple of holes here, then cut through the holes and cut that piece out, like so. I am going to cut the shoulder pad off here. So I'm going to cut along here and try and scratch off some of the remaining arm. The next thing I think I'll do is I'm just going to go ahead and glue the back on, as it's only a small piece. I'm not going to change any of the positioning. The little nurgling on the base, I've just blue tacked the octopus arms and the tally counter because I want to paint that as almost like a neon sign, so it needs to be quite prominent on the model, which is why it's been cut off from where it used to be.
Abacus. It is called an abacus.
I'd quite like him almost on the backpack, on the top, so he can, if he's counting the skulls being thrown in the air, then he needs to be able to see them. So I'm going to make the nurgling stand on some sort of base, like a platform on the shoulder pad. I've got some old industrial style plastic card, so I could use that. It's like a whole tower of Nurgle. So I can just come in and beat that up as if it's been bent, maybe put some holes through, some rust holes and stuff. So now I'm going to pin his catching hand. Just get some glue on there. And I'm just going to pin that so that it will dry strong. And then I can neaten that area up with green stuff. The head, I think I want to do a head swap because it's almost the easiest thing to do on this build, so I think I need to do it. And I've selected this Foxwalker head from my sprue that I have, and in my Space Marine bits box there are these sheep horns. No idea what they're from, but I think they are just, it just looks so weird. It's quite cool. I chose this one because he's laughing, and I think for me that is a real Nurgle attribute. Plus it's a circus, so I want it to be fun. On the base, so I've gone with the skeleton. I've got a skull from my skull pack, which is quite badly damaged, so it's cracked and everything. I want to show this guy as if he's full of maggots and the tallyman has trod on him and he's kind of exploded. This side of any conversion is always more difficult because you always get more arm options with this side because people are always right-handed in 40k, so they always hold a gun here, so most arms are just holding a gun. So you get less open hands like this, which I need on this side. So I think I'm going to work around that. He's got a pretty grotesque arm, quite puffed up. Obviously it's on the wrong side, but I'm just going to cut it, put it this way round, and maybe I'll just move the thumb and then I can just green stuff in. I have got a little officer's cap cut from the Imperial Guard tank commander head, so it comes with the moulding of the face and everything in, and I've got to cut that off. That is going to be worn by our Nurgling at the top. So I've put some pinholes through all of the skulls at various locations, and I will glue those somehow along this wire, which will go through a hole that I'm going to put in here. Build's pretty much complete now. I've added these milliput maggots to the base and some liquid green stuff, so it looks like he's been well and truly squashed. I'm going to do some blotchy brown rust on just the front of the panels, maybe the tops and edges of the shoulder pads. So after this step I put a gloss varnish on, and then I spray the model with hairspray. When that's dry I do a Death Guard green and then a highlight with the airbrush, and then I wash the model and I can chip away the paint because of the hairspray. There's some noticeable stripes on this side, on the leg as well, and a bit on this side, some on the back. The shoulder pads look pretty good. I like the way there's kind of new and old paint showing, that's quite cool. Weirdly I've got a patch here that didn't work, although it is only meant to be subtle stripes in this case, so I think maybe it's worked. Okay, so I've got most of the base colours in. I've just kept the neon areas to go next.
Do you know how to paint neon?
Not yet. Control. Find me a program to paint neon. So I think he's done now. I've done lots of oil washes on the crevices and on the front of the armour, just to try and add a bit more of the stripes back in with an ivory oil paint, almost to simulate water runoff and weathering. A bit of dust on the base. I've added lots of layers of inks, both acrylic and oil based, onto the base to make the skeleton kind of blend in a little more. And I thought it'd be cool to add some around his foot, because being a plague marine he should kind of interact with across the Nurgle Juggler, with a Nurgling carrying a neon abacus. So he's juggling skulls whilst his pet Nurgling, which has been positioned on some sort of, it's like a stage, so he's like performing behind him, and he's counting the skulls.
Is that a hat that you put on the top of the Nurgling? What's the Nurgling got on his head?
So the Nurgling is wearing an Imperial Guard tank commander's hat.
That's excellent.
Again, I thought it would, because he's on like a stage, he's like performing.
I kind of imagine him doing the whole step right up thing.
Yeah.
He's like collecting money to get people to watch the watch the amazing juggling, plane marine.
And is the fire your like foam mod thing that you've done before? The foam build up with super glue.
Yeah, so flock and super glue.
No. Next up is Stony with the Spirit Seer model.
Make a kind of wandering sort of shaman type guy that wasn't necessarily like a part of any faction, but just was just a sort of a crazy weird guy.
Excellent work from Stony. Really love this. It's some wandering weirdo warp wizard. Very, very cool. Retains the feeling of it being a special character of some sort, and I love the staff. I think it's so seamless. I really want to see it in person because I know Stony has said the base is kind of shimmery, so magical, and the leaf decals look really cool.
He's just a futuristic alien ball bag collector going about his business. He doesn't need your accusations of heresy.
So with mine, I went for some kind of grotty underhive circus that the Eversaw is going into to like knock out some chaos cult that started forming within the circus. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, that's
nice.
a bit of a different angle.
Yeah.
Well, the head is from Necromunda.
Yeah.
The boobs and chest I sculpted because I didn't have any boobs.
You're not allowed to scold. Hey, fuck you. We were not allowed to scold. That was the whole thing.
Well, I only sculpted the boobs.
Disqualified. Take it down. Take it down. Well, she's disqualified. Sorry, people. It's been a disqualification. Fuming so many bits.
Right? Because the body and the arms are actually a tau ethereal.
This is supremely good work from Welshie. Very, very, very cool. I love the fact that the character that's being shot has been tied into one of the gangs that Welshie's made, like Clown Gang, which is very cool. And the lady with the knife throwing is also supremely cool. So it's excellent work.
If you're watching this video, you'll have seen them, but if you want higher res pictures, they'll be on the Instagram.